What's up, guys? Welcome to Sketch RC. Today we're going to discuss the epic rise of one of RC's toughest contenders. So hold on, let's get into it. This is Arrma's gritty, high-octane journey from underdog to bashing king. Born from Team Durango's DNA, reshaped by Jason Dearden's bold vision, and propelled by Horizon Hobbies' muscle. They took some hits along the way, but they came back, or should I say came out swinging. And in order to get this, to lay it all right, the groundwork here, we gotta take it back to Horizon Hobby in 1985. So Thomasboro, Illinois, 1985, Rick Stevens, Janet Ottmers, Deborah Love, and Eric Myers. They kick off what we know now as Horizon Hobby in their basement. By 1988, Dynamite emerges, pumping out nitro fuel and batteries with raw grit. And the 2000s roar in. And well, Losi decides to join the team. And in 2003, they released the Losi Mini T. Just a cool thing I wanted to throw in there. And in 2004, they released the Spectrum DSM 2.4 gigahertz remote. FM lag, history. No more jitters, no more interference, gone. It was a game changer. Control now is razor sharp. But they had Park Zone planes and Blade CX helis by 2005. So come 2008, Horizon's a global force. They got warehouses from Illinois to China, from Germany to the UK. So by now, Horizon, they're primed and ready for whatever may come their way. They're set. And I think you already know what that is. Which takes us to 2009. Team Durango, it's a UK racing outfit, and it gets a whole new spark when Jason Dearden joins the team. But right before joining the team, he did 10 years at HPI. In Durango, they're all about track performance, finesse. But Dearden, he's got a different idea. He's eyeing bashers. So at this time, they're under Hobbyco's wing. Arma officially rises from Team Durango's ashes. So they dropped their first couple rigs, and you got the Raider, a two-wheel drive desert buggy, and then another one, which I didn't even know existed till I did this research, was the ADX-10, which is a pretty cool name, but it was a racing buggy. Those all hit late in 2011. They both had brushed mega motors, and they could hit around 30 plus miles an hour. And then by 2012, the lineup grew. They introduced the Fury, a two-wheel drive short course truck, the Granite, a four-wheel drive monster truck, and the Vortex, a two-wheel drive stadium truck. And I didn't know this either, the Mojave. I thought the Mojave wasn't until the 6S. No, they had, way back then, they had an original Mojave that you just can't, I can't really find it anywhere, but it's on Arrma's website, which is pretty cool. They all still had mega brushed motors, but they were built to bash. They could take some hits. And at this time, it's just 5 people in a small room, just keeping this fire alive. But over them was this dark cloud. And this dark cloud, well, it was Hobbyco's debt. They were over $100 million in debt. Arma was still going strong. They weren't letting it deter them or get in their way. They were still creating and pushing forward and dropping new rigs. And the first thing they dropped was the Creighton 6S BLX. And I still remember to this day ordering that car, and I was out of the game for quite a while. And I bought one of these, got it to my house, opened it up, threw a 6S battery in there, and I started ripping it around. It just blew my mind. And there's something, I don't know if it's just nostalgia for me, but there's a sound, I swear, that Creighton and its drivetrain just make, and it's like this Creighton scream, and it's just, oh, it's awesome. And they weren't done there. They released the Typhon 6S, except it looked like this. The Sinton 6S. They dropped the Raider XLS, which was bigger and badder. So in 2015, Hobbyco, they're bleeding out. They're done. Their debt is hitting critical marks, but prowling in the distance, Traxxas looms, and they're getting ready. They're sharpening for their next attack, a direct attack, a kill shot. So 2016 is a big game changer for Arma. They hit really good highs, and they also hit some super bad lows. They dropped the Narrow 6S and the variant of it, which was the Narrow Big Rock 6S. I had one of these too, and I'm an idiot because I sold it, but it had a diff brain in it. You had 4 options to choose from. You had blast, drift, wheelie, and climb. And you could just lock certain diffs between the 3 for driving styles. It was actually pretty cool. I think it got some flack too. A lot of people were like, just rip that thing out. They never really had a chance to learn from it and hone it in because it ain't around no more. Arma described it as one of their biggest leaps that they took. And it was really cool. But the thing is it had cantilever suspension and lay down shocks. Not good. And Traxxas, well, they seen that. And the moment they seen that, they threw those claws right in, alleging that the Nero completely stole the E-Revo's technology. The shocks, the steering, and even the waterproof receiver box. A lot of people were upset, rightfully so. Many people claim that in 1988, Top Cat had the same design. So Traxxas wasn't the first, is what a lot of the argument was. But Texas courts, they did not care. They sided with Traxxas, and the Nero, it was gone. Yanked from the US shelves, temporarily unavailable, couldn't find it, couldn't buy it. It was toast. So settled in July of 2017, Traxxas wins, Nero, but they didn't stop. They kept pushing. They released the Italian 6S BLX, a 60+ mile an hour truggy. They dropped the Outcast 6S BLX. The Notorious arrives, a 6S 60+ mile an hour stunt truck, keeping the fight alive. And then Hobbyco was officially done. After enduring all that, they're done. They filed bankruptcy, January of 2018. The main takeaway I got is that, all right, so Hobbyco already was just massive amounts of debt. I think Traxxas suing them for the Nero just was like the nail in the coffin. Even if you take that away, I think they were still gonna file bankruptcy. So I wouldn't blame that directly on Traxxas, but I definitely pushed it to happen faster. The only thing that sucks is that we lost the Nero and the Phazon and the Nero Big Rock. It would have been kind of cool to keep that side of the lineup in there. It is what it is. So now Horizon Hobby sees this happening and they offer up $43 million to buy Arma outright, full ownership. And not only just Arma, they also bought Axial and Tower Hobbies. 46 million bucks. And now having full ownership of Arma, this is when they start to implement Spectrum into all of the rigs. So Arma's reborn and tougher than ever. And Horizon's ownership, it sparks just an onslaught blitz in 2019. They came out swinging. Felony 6S BLX, 1/7 scale, 80+ mile an hour, just muscle car. The Infraction 6S BLX, essentially the same thing, but the street truck version. The Limitless, 100+ mile an hour Speed King, which really, I just want to own one of those just to have as a shelf queen, because that is one of like, it's just a flawless looking RC. And then one of my all-time favorites, the Mojave 6S BLX. These all launched around summer of 2019. And in late 2019, they up the ante and go big with the 1/5 scale Creighton 8S and Outcast 8S. These are 20+ pound monsters capable of handling 60+ mile an hour speeds. So Arma just, in my opinion, just murdered it that year. They just boom, 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 just rolled out an awesome lineup. And really they just wanted to show that they, you know what, we're still here. Traxxas didn't get us, and we're coming back swinging harder than ever. Then in 2021 and 2022, they just kept that momentum rolling, updating a bunch of models and releasing all new ones. Like the Fire Team 6S, an awesome tactical buggy. Releasing the Vendetta 3S BLX, a 70+ mile per hour 3S car. It was an all-road speed racer. They updated the Fury, the Sentin, and they dropped the Infraction Mega Resto Mod truck, which I think they later turned into brushless like the Vendetta, but when it first came out, it was brushed, and I own that one as well. And I remember making it brushless and doing speed runs with that thing and hitting, I think I hit like 80, I can't remember. It was over 80 miles an hour, and that was like the fastest I made something go at that time, and I was ecstatic. It was so much fun.
81, that's a sketch record, guys. Woo!
All right, we hit 81. I'm freaking pumped about that. That's awesome.
Then in 2023, they balanced size and punch, and they dropped the Mojave 4S BLX. Then in late 2023, they delivered the Creighton 6S EXP. Don't just bash, blast. A new and improved Notorious. The Big Rock 6S, some super tough builds. And they didn't leave people hanging. They had some entry models in there too. The Gorgon, they added 4S models like the Creighton 4S, the Outcast 4S. And at this time, I think the patent of Traxxas is actually lifted, so they technically could rebuild the Nero if they wanted to. But Dearden even said himself that, nope, it's toast, they're done with it. They're just, it's a thing of the past and they're moving on. So Arma charges forward, which pretty much puts us from that time period to now. They've released numerous Groms. They just now made those all brushless. They keep updating tons of models. They've updated the Creighton and the Outcast. They now have the Big Rock 223S, where the body's even better, matching like the 6S Big Brother, updated the granite. So they showed pretty much that, you know, they still care and they're not leaving anything out. They're always improving and upgrading. So who knows what they're gonna have in store in the future, because Arma really hasn't been around that long, if you think about it. So why does Arma stand tall? Well, they're all about bashing. They've taken some hits and they've moved on, even though, I mean, Horizon Hobby was a big help. They persevered throughout all of this. Design fast and design tough. Arma's a fighter, battle hardened, and they're thriving. From Team Durango's Traxxas to the first Raider rolling off the line, they're arguably the king of bashers. Arma is pure resilience. Dearden's vision, Horizon Hobby's muscle, and to what we now know today. And the lawsuits, they didn't stop them, they only forged them tougher. They're rewriting RC bashing history. And my favorite part is not only can their rigs just take a hit and keep on moving, Arma themselves as a company showed that they can take hits and keep on moving. And that's something that they should be proud of. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this one. And just like the other one, it is so hard to find information on this stuff. And it's also, between all the models, releases, and updates, it's to pinpoint stuff it's hard, it's difficult. So some of this stuff, I hope, like, I tried and double and triple check all my information. So if you want to correct me in the comments, please do. I appreciate that. Keep it nice. There's no reason for the RC community to hate each other. We need to do better when it comes to that. Whether you like Traxxas or you like Arma, it doesn't matter, guys. We should all just get along under the one fact that we're all RC fans. So, all right, that's all I want to say. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.